called Boundaries, or no, Overwhelmed. The song is called Overwhelmed. And what inspired me to write this song was the fact that I had been fed a lot of information at one time, and it was just too much information for me to process at once. So I wrote some words and some lyrics that inspired me on what to do with being overwhelmed. And it was talking about how, being overwhelmed is to be buried under, if you look up the dictionary and you look up the definition, it's to be buried under a big mass. So sometimes when we get overwhelmed, we feel buried down under a bunch of stuff, it's just, you just feel weighted down. But you know what? We have access to, positivity and being positive and speaking life over your situation. And that's really what this song was for me. It was talking about, inspiring yourself to look at the good, to look at the truth. Because, there is a lot of negativity that can hit us all at once, a lot of information. But, overwhelm it with the truth, And if you don't know what the truth is, go get it, go find it. You'll find it. The truth is out there. And for me, that was my inspiration for writing this song. I heard so much negative information at one time, I could not deal with it. So I wrote, a song about being overwhelmed and how I'm going to overwhelm all my doubts and fears. And I'm going to overwhelm all my lonely tears. For the truth, it will never leave you. And the truth will always overwhelm you. I wish I had the answer. I wish you could see that all of these things happening, it wouldn't have to be. I know all the pressure and all the pressure that you feel. Well, all deep down you wanna know what is real. Overwhelmed is when something takes you under and it wants to bury you. You feel defeated, but the truth is you can rise up and you can stand up. Hold to the rock, hold on to the anchor. Climb the mountain, you're not defeated. Don't listen to the voices, don't listen to the lies. The truth is like a treasure, like the stars in the skies. The truth loves one another, and the truth won't throw away. The truth will stand forever, it'll never pass away. Overwhelmed is what is taking you. Lift your eyes up into the starry skies. They're always shining, though the clouds may hide them. Overwhelm all your doubts and fears. Overwhelm all those lonely tears. For the truth, they will never leave you, and the truth will always overwhelm you. at the starry skies. They're always shining. Though the clouds, they might hide them. But even though there's clouds up there, there's still stars, even though we don't see them. So it says, overwhelm all your doubts and fears. Overwhelm all your lonely tears. Because the truth, it will never leave you. And the truth, it'll always overwhelm you. And we can be overwhelmed by the goodness of God. We can be overwhelmed by the truth. So, and then it goes on to say, choose. Choose what you believe in. Choose what you trust in. Don't want your excuse then. When you get your mind made up, you can go forward. If you're all the time battling, saying, oh, I'm pulled here. Oh, but I'm pulled here. Oh, but I'm pulled here. You know, it's hard to move forward. You're going to be stuck. So choose. Choose what you believe in and what you trust in. So what's your excuse then? And this next song, I wrote 3 songs, you know, kind of one right after another. It was one. It wasn't kind of one right after another. It was one right after another. I wrote Overwhelmed, then I wrote Boundaries, and then I wrote Do You Know Who You Are? And they all had that one thing in mind. It was me fighting all this overwhelming amount of negative information that I just knew better. I thought, I know better than this. I know better. So this one's called Boundaries. And, you know, boundaries they're crucial to have. We have to have boundaries if we're going to make a difference, if we're going to be a difference, if we're going to make a change, if we're going to be a change. We have to have boundaries. You just can't not have them. So I encourage you, have your boundaries. What's taking my focus? This is my life. I do have the choice to decide. Oh, it plays over inside my head, controlling my everyday, my life and my ways. So I choose to live the way God created me. He is my friend, and He is my guide, and He is the way, the truth, and the life. So I choose to live and not die. I set my boundaries and I will recount it, and I will be focused. This won't take me over any longer, 'cause I choose to live and recover. So I choose to live the way God created me. He is my friend, and He is my guide. He's the way, the truth, and the life. So I choose to live and not die. 'Cause boundaries, they're rules, they're guidelines, they're limits. This is my life, I draw the line. Boundaries, they're rules, they're guidelines, and who will cross that line? Boundaries, they're rules, they're guidelines, they're limits, and I choose who what and who will cross that line. Choose to live the way God created. we have to choose things that are that big of a decision. You know, could be life or death. I know for me, I had to actually make a big choice that was actually a life or death choice for me. You know, it just was. Sometimes we get faced with that. Not everybody does, but sometimes we do. And I chose to live. I chose to do things that brought life, that did not bring death, but that brought life. So I hope those songs blessed you. They will not be on my current album, but they're coming next. I have a bunch of other stuff that I wrote 2014 and tried to record 2014, 16, 17, and just never could get it finished. But, you know, I made some decisions. I set some boundaries. I made some choices. And I have, you know, a whole album coming out now. And I have all these new songs wrote that's going to be coming soon. So stay, you know, hope you can visit my website to be notified. You know, I don't know that social media will notify you, honestly. So if you want to be notified, that's the best place, is my website. Okay? Have a good night, and keep on keeping on.